Pop. How you doing? Right,
I'm
let's
good.
jump
I'm
right to
good.
it
How
then.
are you?
Okay, why you feel like? Okay, I forgot. I was about to say just now. All right, hold on. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Okay, you feel like this right here? When an obese woman poses in a bikini, feminists call her confident, brave, and beautiful. When a hot woman poses in a bikini, feminists get mad and say, "Ew, that's degrading to women." Why you think that is?
I think a lot of people are uncomfortable with someone's comfortability. That's what's going on, and a lot of people mind other people's business as well. So when people have a sense of like, I would say a sense of comfort in knowing like their worth about themselves, even though somebody else might not feel that way, they feel a certain way because someone has certain type of confidence about themselves. So it makes them uncomfortable. But I think at the end of the day, you just gotta let people live their life. My motto has always been mind your business, drink your water, and eat your food. Then you won't be
I
worrying
mean,
about
that sounds
nobody else
good.
about what
I
they
mean, that
do
sounds
and
good
how
though,
they
but
feel.
I agree with I believe people should speak out, speak from the soul, in doing it. I mean, mind my own business. I think that's why the world the way it is now. That's why the kids out of control. That's why the community is in the damn uproar. The black, especially the black community. I think more people need to speak out and call things out. That's what I think.
But it's a certain sense of tact that you should have when you speak your mind, because at the end of the day, and this is always a famous saying,
Well,
what
yeah,
you
that's
eat
not.
don't make
But
me
I
shit.
look at it like this.
You
I
know
think
what
people
I'm
just too
saying?
overly sensitive.
That's why you should mind your business. You got to mind your business, because at the end of the day, if it doesn't affect me, by someone wearing a bikini and wearing what they want to wear and what makes them feel good, maybe, because it's in our society to make you feel that, oh, you can't wear this certain type of thing, or it's not your size, or you can't be proud of your size and everything else like that. But I think it's a sense of healthiness you should have as well. And just because you a certain size doesn't mean that you're healthy, and that goes to being skinny or being overweight. You can still be. It's just in our norm of society. But if someone lived in Africa or some other area, it's preyed upon that you to have some meat on you. That means you're wealthy. That means that you're. So it just all depends on what
Okay,
you
do you
go
feel like the
through.
feminists teach women these right here, these 3 points? The feminists teach women how to be a boss, yet encourage victimhood, hate masculinity, makes women even more masculine, and preaches acceptance and diversity, yet hates men.
I guess it all depends on how far left you are with the feminism. I believe that, in my opinion, that the feminist movement was detrimental to our women. Because it's certain. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, there's certain criterias that is just inevitable. You want a man to be a man, and you want him to do certain things. You want him to lead. You want to be able to follow. So there's a sense of following that you have to do, and trust that you have to have when you want a man to be a certain way. So I think it it was all a tactic at the end of the day to separate us, especially black women and
Okay,
black
okay,
men,
cool. We gotta
from our
move on. To,
men.
do you feel like age matter in a relationship? It should.
It shouldn't. It's a level of maturity that you should have. I don't think that you should. Maturity doesn't mean that you're a certain. It doesn't matter with age. You can be 50 years old and still not mature. So I think it just all depends on the type of person that you're dealing with. So their mind and their mental capacity and their emotional intelligence is very important. Um, than more than anything than their age.
Okay. Right, right. Because I feel like maturity ain't a mindset. Maturity is a mindset, not an age, though. But what you think? Okay, when a man makes more money, he thinks of how he can take care of his girl. But when a woman makes more money, she start thinking she doesn't need a man. Why you think that is?
How we were conditioned to be. A lot of the times, it was intended for us to be separated. So it's a sense of hierarchy, control. So what are you here for? If you're not, it's a sense of like, okay, I can do this by myself. I don't need him. But
Okay,
I think it's
okay,
more than
cool.
that.
So you believe in patriarchy or matriarchy? Okay. Why
Patriarchy.
you think the feminists hate patriarchy?
Because they want things to be equal, but it's not equal. It will never be equal. Like that's just the way it goes. That's it's a certain. You want a man to be able to go catch that meat, and if it was back in the day, you want him to be able to protect and provide and everything else like that. But I think just because of that movement, it changed the whole scenario of
Right,
everything.
right. Okay, okay, okay. Facts, facts. Okay, okay. What you feel like the biggest distraction of all time? Money.
Money.
Right. Why you think money a distraction?
Because it's not even it's just a paper it's just a paper. It's not even it has caused so much chaos and people's lives. It made things so much more complicated. It makes things people will do anything for it. uh, it has changed the role and the dynamics of our lives to where to how we live. So we could have had seashells. It could have been anything that could have been a way of that was a way of currency. But
Mm.
this paper that
But
can
women
be
to do
used.
anything. Well, let me say this. Okay. Women to do anything with money right nowadays, especially with OnlyFans, twerking, and posting their bodies on social media and shit.
I don't think because women have always been sexualized. So
Mm.
it's I really think it's all in your mind frame. Like it's a way to make money.
You,
You
do you
know,
think the over sexualization has the value of sex? Because sex is just it's so cheap right now. It's so accessible. You can get it. You got strip clubs on the fans, porn at our fingertips. You feel like porn at the value, like cheap sex at the value, like real love, the sex at the value love.
I wouldn't say that because it's a way to make money, fast money. Sex has always been a way to make fast money. So
But fast money, quick as you make them fast, it can go fast as well.
absolutely, absolutely. But you got to remember, because of the society that we live in, money has been the root. So, like, yes, I'm going to go get it. And there's so many men, women, whoever, they have certain fantasies, fetishes that they're willing to pay for whatever they want to see.
Who you think watch more porn, men or women?
Men,
Well, stat wise, that's wrong. Porn is $1 billion industry, so you can't say all the men watch porn. More men watch it. There's more women in the world than men. Women are watching porn at an alarming rate right now. Always been that way.
because they doing more porn.
No, I said watching.
Watch it.
Yes, they're watching more porn. And guess what? Here's another caveat too that you may not know. Their porn searches are way more aggressive than men. They like to watch gay porn. They like to watch dominatrix S&M shit. So their players are way more hardcore than men. So this narrative that men are just these horn dogs watching porn all day, that is a lie. That is the
Well, I
perception.
wouldn't say watching.
But let me finish.
I
Let me
wouldn't.
finish. Let me finish. That is a perception that the media has told men, and men are just these horny dogs just walking around. That is a lie. Women are watching just as much porn as men, probably more, just as much porn as men.
But
This,
they're not
this,
horny dogs.
you said what?
Women are not horny dogs. Women know how to have self control. Women know how to, even though they're watching it, they're not going to be acting out on it. I feel like more men act out on that
So,
because of what they're watching.
so who you think are getting more STDs than if women aren't these horny dogs? Who are getting more STDs, men or women?
I mean, it's going to be obvious that women going to get more STDs because there's more women than men.
Okay, just saying. I'm just saying. They're the one getting STDs and leaving their relationships quicker than the men. They're the one breaking up their homes, but yet the men, are the problem. Well, okay, we're gonna move on then. Uh, what you think the best way to repair a failing relationship?
Well, you both have to be willing to. Communication is important. So if there's not two willing participants that's willing to work on the relationship, then it's not going to work out. That's just obvious. So, but communication, effective communication is vital with any relationship that you're in.
Okay, okay, right. Okay. Yeesh. Why you think more women are quick to leave a relationship instead of fight for their relationship?
A lot of times they're tired. Women, because of the ratio of men to women, uh, I feel like times have changed where people are not fighting for relationships like they used to. It's like, okay, well, go on to the next.
Because I feel like sex is so attainable. That's why
Because of
sex is
sex.
so because sex is so accessible and people get sex at any time. Right now, the value of sex is just ridiculous. People are just lustful horn dogs out here. It's sex, the sexual driven culture. That's what I think. So people are easily because they can get sex anytime they want, whenever they want, and they think the grass is green on the other side, which usually is not. The faker it is, the green it is.
I don't think a lot of people realize how much work it takes to be in a relationship to begin with. I think a lot of people don't even understand the dynamics to even be in a relationship, to even say like, yo, I want to be in a relationship. They don't even understand what it takes, the building blocks to even be with someone. So, and then a lot of times I feel like a lot of things be involved where it comes to money. Like it's easier to have a two dual income than one income. Or is it easier for you to stay with your baby father or you stay with your baby mother than to start all over when you shouldn't have this baby in the first place? So I think you should be getting to know a person and not just go into a relationship off top and really realize, okay, do we have the same things in common? Do we have the same goals in mind? Do we, what's her communication style? What is her love language? It's so many other things that goes with it before you decide, like, let's go into a relationship.
Absolutely. Though. I think people ain't really taking time to do that because they're just so lustful. They just Netflix and chilling, sneaky linking, whatever. They just they're more exploring each other's body parts and sexual bodies and fantasies instead of actually getting time. That's why these baby fathers and baby mamas ain't working out right there, and these children are at a social disadvantage, and these uncivilized mutts are having these kids, and their offspring are demons or demon babies, and this is where they grow up. This is worse than the parents because these uncivilized mutts get horny and have kids just like them, and they create the same thing. So it's a vicious cycle, but I think people ain't really taking time to get to know each other no more. These people having these kids, people they don't even know another person. You don't know that man, you don't know that woman.
Well, I don't think a lot of people know themselves,
Right. You
and they
gotta
wrapped
know
up in
yourself first.
and they wrapped up in trauma. So by the time that you do get into these relationships, you're learning yourself as well as trying to deal with yourself and things that you've been through. So you're not even fully ready to even give yourself to someone. So it just makes it even more difficult to be in a relationship because you're trying to heal yourself within and combine and be with someone.
Right. And this act right here, I think a lot of women having kids just to prove that they accomplished something, that they're a woman or motherhood, and the child is just growing at a social, like the child is disenfranchised. They don't have love and parents. And statistically, already been proven when it's two-parent household, the child is more likely to be successful versus a one-parent household. 72% of children are born inside of wedlock.
Outside of wedlock?
Outside of wedlock, 72% of kids are born outside of wedlock in America. That's whites and blacks for everybody. That's for everybody. Ain't just black people. No people won't say it's black people. No, it's whites and black. 70% of kids are born out of wedlock. And in the black community, 1 out of 3 black women will ever get married in their lifetime. And when they be married, the chances of them marriage are lasting between 3 to 5 years at best. These are
People
the
get
numbers.
divorced.
Huh?
People get divorced so quick. They don't understand the dynamics of what it takes for a
Now they get
relationship.
married for the wedding, the honeymoon, just to say they married, and they think that's going to fulfill them. Because a lot of these people are broken people before they get in a relationship. They already broken hearted, broken minded, broken spirit. So they think these relationships is going to just change them and make them happy. And they
Right,
ain't bringing that to the relationship. All they got to offer is some hot ass. When you get past the sex and the money part and the kids, what else do you have to offer?
right.
People got to ask themselves, but after the sex, kids, and money, what do you really have to offer that person? What are they bringing? How are they adding value?
Absolutely.
So,
That's important.
because a lot of people, I think they want to divide, but they don't want to multiply. They don't want to add nothing. They just want to subtract, keep taking. But yeah,
Yeah.
well,
They
how
they
you? Which
go
about
ahead.
to go ahead?
No, they're more people are a liability than an asset. You
That's
know,
good. We in this sex crave culture that these sexual deviants out here on the rise. These uncivilized mutts out here having these whole kids. They ain't taking care of them, so they just create bastard, degenerate kids. What's going on right now? Why do you think more women are concerned with BBL instead of setting up their children college fund in the future? Cause why that ain't going around on social media? Everybody talking about this BBL, get their ass and titties done. Ain't nobody talking about help setting up college fund for their kids. You got dumbass kids that need college money. What about that?
I think because it's a selfish move. Move like they're so worried about what we're all going to age. That's inevitable, and they don't want to put the time in the work. Now, don't get me wrong. If that's something that you decide to do, then that's what you decide to do because you should be happy within. And I can see with some things, exercising is not going to work. But I feel like you should set your kids up to a way that is conducive that they can be able to prosper as well. But it's an easy fix. It makes you feel good for that moment, but
They're
at the
spending
end of the day,
10. They're spending 10 rack. I had this one female on here. I don't even know if I can find the video somewhere on here. I did on my YouTube channel. She spent 10 racks. I think she made Bobby BBS probably spent like 5, 10 racks. And I should have asked her at the time. I didn't even notice because I wasn't even thinking about it at the moment. I should have asked, how are you putting money towards your kids' college fund? You do your kids. How are you setting your kids up for success? Building blocks. They got nothing for their kids. They're not even if they have these kids when they die, they ain't got nothing to leave for them. Nothing to offer these kids. They got to go out here and fight and fend for them. It's already hard as it is out here fending for yourself. Your parents should at least have to leave you something, especially in the black community, because we don't leave wills.
I mean, it's like a BBL. It's an investment, and a lot of times they're thinking that this investment is going to get them somewhere. They don't understand the attention that comes from having these, getting their bodies done. Um, because you never grew up with it, so you're not knowing like, oh, okay, like it's a lot that comes with having a certain body shape. So I don't think they realize that as well. It's just something that a temporary happiness that you're wanting when your body's going to age inevitably. I'm not against it, but as you stated, and I don't even think it's not even about setting your kids up for college because college is to be some bullshit as well. They're teaching you what you want. They're teaching you what you want to learn. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that it's true
Right.
as well. I mean,
Right, right.
we've been learning that
Uh huh.
a lot of things that we learned as
But
kids,
but but but
before.
this is my thing too though. They're talking about people on social media talking about getting thousands of followers, 100K, 20K, 30K followers. But who trying to save up $30,000? They need to figure out ways how can I save up or get 30 racks. But they're trying to get 30,000 followers on TikTok and they ain't got $100 to their name. They trying to fix their ass, but they ain't trying to fix their credit score. I want to know. I don't care about no BBL, none of that shit. What is your credit score like? Do you have a bank account? Do you have a credit? Do you have a credit card? What does your bank account look like? What is your credit score? What is that like, bro? Why social media you think ain't pushing none of this?
Because that's not a part of the agenda. Like, if you had more people that was smart, that was like, okay, you can get this, and a lot of people do gatekeep, especially in our community. I don't want you to be better than me. I don't want you to get the information that I know. So it's so easy
People
for us
don't. Let me
to,
say this. My bad. I gotta say this right quick. I think because people ain't reading. Go ahead.
you said, because people are not what?
People ain't reading. Go ahead. I want you to finish.
Reading?
Reading is essential. All the secrets are in books. That's why I put money in books. Because guess what? Y'all ain't gonna go through no damn book. Y'all fucking scared of books. A criminal ain't gonna go through no damn book. That shit like kryptonite to motherfuckers.
It all depends.
Motherfuckers ain't going through no book, bro. I guarantee it.
Because it's a lot of people that's in prison. I mean, now it has changed.
That's the only time niggas start reading when they go to prison.
Yeah.
That's sad. They gotta get locked up. Then they try to go to the law library to get themselves out of the shit that they put themselves in. That's the only time motherfuckers read. Niggas ain't reading books. All the secrets are in books. The secrets of finances and better and budgeting is in books. But people ain't reading it. Go ahead.
No, they're not gonna read it, and that's the whole intention. They knew that we wasn't gonna read. That's like our kryptonite. Like, we're not gonna try to. We want people to tell us instead of us figuring out and finding out for our own. It's easy for us to. We're gonna hide everything in books, and then it's certain books that it's hard to even find. So it just all depends on how much information you're wanting to know as well. But a lot of people, I think it's essential every day that you should be learning something new. So some people don't want it. They want to be buffoons. They want to be caught up in the matrix. They don't want to know.
They're worried about getting BBLs overseas and shit. Who dying? They're worried about gossip and bullshit. They ain't gonna get no money from them or add no value to their life. That's why I'm be like, I don't care about no celebrities, gossip, and all that bullshit. When I hear that shit, I just get my food and walk away. I don't hear none of that dumbass shit. That shit keep you stupid. Stupid people keep you stupid. We're gonna make you stupid. If you ain't stupid, we're gonna make you more stupid.
It's superficial. Like, I would definitely. It's a superficial thing. You remember back in the '90s, it was more of the Aaliyah vibes, the small petite girls. This just started with these big asses. You know what I'm saying? I remember with me hiding it, not being comfortable with having being shapely. That wasn't like something that I was comfortable with. And then now all of a sudden, it's like everybody has a big ass everywhere. So it's like it's normal. Now it's like, is it real or is it fake? You know what I'm saying? So it's just times have changed to where that they feel like that they need that in order to make them feel a certain type of way. So to each his own.
Yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure. Hold on, I got a couple more. I ain't gonna make it all. Do you feel like if women don't owe men their bodies, men don't owe them resources? You agree or disagree?
You said say that again?